outside this time. We're just going to talk to you a little bit about cardiovascular training as well as strength training. We're going to discuss both forms of exercise and the different ways that you can achieve those exercises for maximum benefit, and also a little bit about how they're done and for how long, and I hope you enjoy.
Hello CalPers, like Allie mentioned, we're going to discuss some different forms of cardio/conditioning today, and also strength training and how that affects cardio and conditioning. Basically what I'm going to discuss is basically how you kind of combine both. Yes, there is truth to that. You can combine both, to be forward with you. As far as from a strength perspective, you're not going to actually be able to maximize your strength training doing this type of process, but at the same time, as far as those of you trying to get back into shape, lose weight, or basically from that perspective, it's actually a great starter. You actually get more results quicker, faster this way. Basically, I'm going to discuss like circuit training, combining using weights with cardiovascular work to maximize the most you can in a workout. Okay, so I brought out just a simple pair of 10-pound dumbbells to give you a quick, simple example of what I'm talking about. And I'm going to go through a quick little circuit with these. You don't exactly have to do like I'm about to set it up. Basically what it is basically just combining strength movements with cardiovascular movements in some form or fashion, and basically keep that stress on the body where you're keeping that heart rate in the 60-80% range, but at the same time choosing weights that are going to be difficult for you to do in order to improve your strength training muscle building. So I only brought out 10s, which I'll be forward with you. It's not going to be a great challenge to me. So when you set workups like this, what honestly sometimes fails with most is you don't choose weights that are challenging enough. It's very important you actually choose weights that are difficult, and when you get to that last rep of whatever movement you're doing, you are taking yourself to either failure or exhaustion, so that way you're keeping that strain on the body, maximizing results. To give you a quick example, again, I got a pair of dumbbells. I'm going to go through a quick little workout pattern of multiple movements. I'm going to work head to toe, and at the same time, you're going to see where I'm going to use strength training in combination with cardiovascular movements to get them both done at the same time. So I'm going to start off with these dumbbells, and I'm basically going to, first movement is I'm going to dip down into a squat all the way to the ground like a burpee. I'm going to kick back out from here and do a push-up just like a burpee. Then I'm going to go into a renegade row on both sides. Come back up into that burpee position, stand tall, shoulder press, down, curl, curl, sink down, row, come back up. I'm going to go from the side angle just to show you. Kick back extension, back down, and I'm going to be back in my starting position. I'm just going to show you a quick example of 10 reps. So I'm going to sink down, drop back, push up, row, row, back up, all the way into shoulder press, curl, curl, sink down, row, back up. Okay, let's start all over again. Give it a side view, help you see the whole movement. Oops. There, so I just did 5, but I think that's a good example of what I was talking about. Combining that weight to improve your strength training, at the same time going through cardiovascular movements. My heart rate's up right now, I have a little difficulty breathing, showing you're getting both activities at the same time. Those of you actually really trying to challenge yourselves, increase your workout levels, it's a great approach. Maybe you want more weight loss, maybe you're struggling to plateau with your weight loss. Great option right here. I'm going to pass it off to Morgan now. Enjoy, guys.
Hey guys, so I'm going to be talking about strength training today and a couple different approaches to it.
So first I'm going to kind of talk about the different forms of strength training. A lot of us think, okay, we got to grab big, heavy barbells and we got to lift really heavy. And well, you can certainly do that, and if that's what you enjoy, by all means, I encourage you to do so. That is not all there is to strength training. You can use all sorts of equipment, as Dustin just showed. You can, of course, use dumbbells. You can use that giant barbell. You can use resistance bands, and of course, you can even use body weight. A couple different options for your strength training. You know, you have that traditional movements, those squats, those curls, push-ups, things like that. But some other options, if you've ever, looking to kind of explore different choices for strength training, Pilates is a perfect example of resistance training that we might not typically think about in a traditional sense, but it is definitely a great option. And another option, of course, is bar. That's another great one, especially for lower body. And even yoga, when you're holding those static poses for long periods of time using body weight and essentially gravity as your resistance, those are also great options. So there's so many different kinds of approach, and while I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing just one type of approach, I do recommend kind of, switching things up and cross training. What's more important is that you do what you find enjoyable and what feels good for you and your body. So another thing I want to talk about is we talk a lot about doing cardio and running and things like that for weight loss. But simple matter of the fact is actually we want to do a lot of strength training as well to facilitate that weight loss. What we essentially want to work on for like fat burning and things like that as we think about is working those large muscle groups. So this would be your legs, your backs, things like that. So anything that uses a lot of leg or back, of course, is going to help with fat burning. And we want to be doing that strength training when we're trying to lose weight, because that's going to maintain our muscle mass. You never want to actually lose your muscle mass. You just ideally want to lose that fat. So you can actually combine the two, as Dustin said, doing resistance training in kind of a circuit motion, adding in things like HIIT intervals is a great option. So whatever you want to do, as long as you enjoy it, those are great options. We do want to get into that area where we're really working those large muscle groups, and also, of course, working those small muscle groups, because at the end of the day, running is great, and if you enjoy it, I encourage you to do it, but that's not going to help with your activities of daily living, unfortunately. So we do need to think about training ourselves in a way that as we get older and as we age, we're still functional. We don't have to use that walker, hopefully, all extenuating circumstances aside. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead, hand it on off to Allie, and of course, if you guys have any questions about strength training, please feel free to email us here in the fitness center. Have a great day.
Hello everyone, it's Allie again, and I'm just going to talk to you about the different types of cardiovascular training, or we like to call it cardio. So the most common form of cardio you might think of is aerobics. And aerobics are like you go to the gym and you take a Zumba class, for example, or you just take a basic step class. That's aerobics, and what you'll notice is that the instructor will warm you up for a couple minutes and then will take you easily into the workout. So you might have a period of time where you're working a little bit at a moderate level, and then you're going to go to a high intensity level, then you'll go back down to a moderate level, and then you will cool down. That's a great way of training cardio. It is a very good for fat loss, and it also helps your cardiovascular health. So that is great for the heart and great for the conditioning. And you might also do a form of cardio that is more intense, interval training. So you will work out very hard at about 85% of your total capacity for cardio, and then you might rest for 30 seconds, say, and then do it again. Now, if you're going to go really hard for a period of time, you probably can only perform the exercises for about 5 minutes or maybe 20 minutes, depending on genetics, depending on fitness level, and that will be a good way to shock your body, and it'll be very challenging for you depending on your fitness level. Also, you could go for
thank you so much for watching today. I hope you learned a little bit more about combining strength and cardio, some different approaches to strength, and of course some different approaches to cardio from Allie. Thank you guys again so much for watching. We will be back soon, hopefully. And again, if you have any questions about any topics covered today or anything related to health and wellness, please go ahead and email one of us, our wellness specialists here in the